Hey, what is up guys? Ross Thomas, the Brotographer here in what is my new YouTube studio. So I haven't posted a lot on YouTube or Instagram lately because I've actually moved into a new house. We're in the process of a very long escrow. We sold our old house. We were moving in with in-laws. Things were crazy, doing a whole bunch of new marketing at the gym that my wife and I own, but we are finally in a new house and it was built in the 1950s, so it has a basement, and my wife actually let me take control of the man cave and do whatever I wanted in it. So I moved my little YouTube shooting space from my gym into my house, and I am down in the basement right now. We set it up. This is my initial setup. Got a desk, light, 2 cameras, a nice little backdrop, and I am stoked to be able to shoot in here, leave stuff set up, and that means that I can bring you guys more consistent content here on YouTube, talk to you in the studio, go out and use the products, talk about them. I've got lots of plans coming up here in the future. Thank you for sticking around because I haven't released that much content, but let's get on with it. So recently, a Chinese company named Hollyland reached out to me. You may have seen several YouTubers reviewing their Mars 300 transmitter. Well, they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to review one of their wireless video transmitters as well. Now, I definitely wanted to make sure that I was going to use it for my purposes, so I asked them to send out the Cosmo 600 wireless HDMI and SDI transmitter. So, full disclosure, Hollyland did send me out the Cosmo 600, but they didn't ask me to say anything specific in this video. These are purely my thoughts. Let's switch to that top view now. Alright, so Hollyland sent out the Cosmo 600 in this really nice Pelican style case with red accents. I really like it. It's even lockable. So, opening up the case here, we have the receiver and the transmitter. Really nice laser cut foam packaging. Receiver right here has multiple 3/8 and 1/4 inch holes, which are fantastic. 2 SDI outputs and 1 HDMI output. On-off switch on this side, and if you want to control it with regular power, you can do that right here, or use the Sony style batteries there over on the transmitter. This is very small. This is an iPhone 10, and as you can see, it is smaller than that. A little bit thicker, but obviously it's going to be thicker than a phone. Also using the Sony batteries, got 3/8 and 1/4 20 screw mounts on the bottom, same on and off style, SDI in and loop out to go to something else, and also the HDMI in, which I ended up using. Also got a spot for USB. Now here are the antennas. We don't have antennas on the receiver, only on the transmitter. Underneath it, you get a variety of stuff. We have a clamp, power cord, a really, really nice magic arm. These things are great and they are really sturdy. Some cords, some more power cords. We have our regular style antennas that go to the transmitter, and also the mushroom style antennas. So that's basically it. All that comes in the package, and that is all you are going to need. But the Cosmo 600 is a $1,700 product. Something like the Mars 300 is going to be much less expensive, but if you know you need this product, that price probably isn't going to deter you. Let me read off some of the specs here because I obviously can't remember them. So this is not a 4K throughput. It goes 1080 60p, and it is a SDI or HDMI out, and you can do an SDI loop and go into something else. It comes with 2 different types of antennas and a few other things. 600 feet. Now obviously that's why it's called the Cosmo 600. This thing can transmit up to 600 feet. I didn't fully test that 600 feet. I only tested it to about 75 feet here or there, and it was totally easy. Something worth noting though was that if you put it too close, the wireless transmitter and receiver together, you will have problems. So when I say too close, I mean about this close together. You're obviously not going to be in that type of situation, but you will have some transmission weird issues with that. It does have a 3.5 millimeter audio input. Some other things, an OLED screen, really easy to read. It's nice and bright. It does have time code ability, automatic synchronization with camera recording. It uses the Sony style batteries, and it also comes with those power cables, those DTAP and LEMO cables. But for my purposes, I didn't really care about these 600 feet, but I want to put it through a couple different scenarios that work for me. So let's go do that now. All right, so what am I going to use the Cosmo 600 for? Now, when I get these products in from companies, I like to use them in ways that I would actually use them. I'm not going to go do some crazy cinema shoot and put it on there and have a focus puller and all that good stuff. I use Sony cameras, and they have great autofocus. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to head off to my gym that I own, and we are going to use it for some marketing purposes. Many of you guys out there shoot commercial, weddings, stuff like that. And you're wondering, what could you possibly use this for? Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this camera up and use the Cosmo 600 to help me monitor it, because I'm not gonna be able to actually change any of the settings or view the screen on my camera. So because of that, I need a way to view what's on the back of the screen and make adjustments accordingly. I'm gonna rig up my Ronin S to a sweet cable cam that a company sent me, and we're gonna send it across my gym, kind of getting a drone view, a bird's eye view, inside the gym while people work out, going from left to right, right to left, forward to back, and all that good stuff. So I hope that maybe it can give you guys an idea of what you could use the Cosmo 600 for. I'm really curious to see what the latency is like on this thing, because I'm moving the camera left and right and I want to be able to make accurate, quick decisions and not destroy anything. I need a monitoring device that is going to have low latency. And so that's probably the biggest thing that I'm interested in the Cosmo 600 is low latency. So let's head over to my gym and see what we can do. I will see you there. All right, we are over at Core Fitness. This is my gym in Modesto, California. I've got a really cool cable cam set up, and because the cable cam is pretty high, I brought along the Hollyland Cosmo 600 for monitoring. Let's head on in and check it out. All right, so I've set up this really cool cable cam called the Flying Kitty right here, and on top of it is the Cosmo 600. Now, the reason why I had Hollyland send me out the Cosmo 600 was because I was worried about, power. There's lots of signals going on in here, and I wanted essentially the least amount of latency possible. So this thing can go 600 feet away from the receiver, but I wanted maximum power, and that's why I chose the Cosmo 600. So it's rigged up on here on the cable cam. This cable cam moves across the room, as you can see in some of this footage right here. So it's amazing to be able to see exactly what you're shooting from a remote location. Now, I was pleased to find out, exactly like I thought, that the latency is very small on the Cosmo 600, which allowed me to actually capture the shot that I wanted to capture instead of being a split second behind all the time, which can be really annoying if you're going to use one of these HDMI transmitters. So overall, my experience, especially with the Hollyland 600, has been very positive in terms of power, having minimal latency, and just ease of use. I essentially turned this thing on, plugged it into the camera, turned the receiver on, and plugged it into the Atomos Ninja 5. I didn't record onto the Ninja 5, I just used it as a screen, and it just worked. I didn't have to set up any channels, didn't have to do anything. But as a monitoring device, this Hollyland Cosmo 600 has been absolutely fantastic for my purposes. Now, I'm not using it on a cinema camera or anything like that, but I own a gym and I do want to get some really cool shots to use for my marketing. And having this cable cam paired with the Ronin S, which can be put onto this cable cam, the A7 III, and especially the Hollyland Cosmo 600 has been fantastic. I would not have been able to get this shot without the Cosmo 600. All right, and we are back. So as you can see, we definitely got the shot. Now, if you're a high-end cinematographer and you're gonna be doing focus pulls, that minimal latency is gonna be something that you are super interested in, and I highly recommend it for that purpose. If you're gonna be way far away from it, obviously this is gonna be something, as they claim up to 600 feet, that you are gonna be able to use in a remote situation. But if you're also the type of videographer who needs to get their camera up high, like I did in that scenario, this may be something that you can look at that may work for you. All in all, if you are looking at this product, you know you need it. And I definitely recommend it if you know you need to view your video feed from a remote location with minimal latency. It is a little bit steep at $1,700, but once again, if you know you need this product, that probably isn't that steep for you. I'm Ross Thomas, the Brotographer. Make sure you can give me a subscribe if this little review was helpful to you. Hit the thumbs up down below. Shoot me a comment. What would you use the Cosmo 600 for? I'm really curious to see what you guys are out there shooting. Anyways, if you are interested in it, links will be down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.